Before Madden ruled football, before physics engines became standard, there was a game built by rebels, a game that tried to change everything and almost did. Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Bam from Bammers Gaming, and this is the story of Backbreaker, the game that changed football gaming forever. In 2010, a small studio called Natural Motion stepped into the arena. No licenses, no NFL, just one mission: make football feel real. People that don't know, Natural Motion Limited is a British video game development company with development offices in London, Brighton, and Birmingham. It was founded in November 2001 as a spin-out company from the University of Oxford by Mr. Real, Mr. Buckland, and Mr. Iqbal. Natural Motion specializes in creating animation technology for the video game and film industries. In January 2014, Natural Motion was acquired by Zynga for $527 million. Their main technology products are Endorphin for the film industry and Euphoria for the game industry, in addition to video games such as Backbreaker, the game that we're talking about currently, and CSR Racing. Motion is most known for the Euphoria engine, the same engine that they used in Grand Theft Auto 4 by Rockstar Games. So whenever you jumped off a tall building in GTA and you fell flat on your face, that was because of Natural Motion. Anytime you get in an accident and Nico would shoot up in the air and fly like a rag doll, that was from Natural Motion. This very same company created one of the best football games to date with no licensing, no big funding startups, and they weren't even based in the United States. Breaker didn't just animate tackles, it generated them. Every hit was unique. Every collision felt alive. Football finally was unpredictable. I never played professional football, right? I played when I was a kid, when I was a toddler, you know, and some people just love hitting. Some people just love tackling. Now, I wasn't one of them players, believe it or not. I wasn't. But this game makes you feel like Ed Reed back on the Ravens. Every hit, as you can see, it just looks so real. And this game definitely had its problems, I'm not gonna lie. You could argue with the camera angle and stuff like that, which we'll get into that later, but the chaos of this game, when a gang tackle happens and it doesn't look canned, players aren't warping across the field, it's just a thing of beauty. You could watch a Backbreaker big hit montage on here from 10 years ago and compare it to Madden, excuse me, I'm so sorry, to Madden's gameplay today. And it just blows it out the water. A game that was made in 2011, 15 years later, still stands as one of the GOATs of football gaming. Simply because the physics, not the presentation, which wasn't too bad. The stadiums don't look bad, you know. But the love that they put inside this game, the patience that they had creating a product and delivering when EA Sports couldn't get one simple thing right. And it's funny because I remember EA Sports trying to get the natural physics thing down, and it just looked so bad. I don't know what Madden it was, but I think it was the Madden with Odell on the cover. Backbreaker did something that nobody else could replicate. And that's why people love this game till this day. And another thing is, they really made people step up. The gaming company step up. Very first time, I know EA felt like, oh my goodness, we probably have to step this up. EA hasn't had competition since 2K8. Ever since they bought the licensing deal from the NFLPA and the NFL, 2K couldn't make football games anymore. If they did, they would have to make a street style football game, which it was cool when we were young, but now that I'm grown, it's like playing NBA Jam if I'm not in the arcade setting, you know? Just unreasonable, especially for the people that you want to sell it to, right? But as you guys may know, innovation comes with a price. And Backbreaker paid all of it, literally. The first problem is it had no NFL license. So, of course, we got a whole bunch of made-up teams. The Los Angeles Raptors, the California Surge, the Carolina Cougars. Just a whole bunch of made-up names. And if you're trying to sell a certain sport, if the gameplay presentation isn't up to par, then I feel like you do need some type of realism with licensing. Now, every game does not need that. And how Backbreaker countered this is the customizable teams, logos, jerseys. They had it all. Another complaint from the not so big of a fan crowd were the AI issues. It's kind of hard to morph the AI into an all-knowing ball knower. You know what I'm saying? Pause. And with the small studio limitations that they had, I didn't expect for it to be the greatest game ever, even when I was 12, 13 years old to begin with, because it's something different. That's what sold me for real. It just used different and you got good physics. Now, the lack of game modes is something I can definitely say they could have did better with. You got the franchise season mode. Is you don't really have a my career, you know what I'm saying? And I like the idea of the tackle alley or whatever it was called. And it was a game mode basically where it's like 1 to 100 and you're going through and you're just trying to get touchdown through a whole bunch of defenders trying to tackle you, trying to hit you. And you got obstacles like hurdles and extra point zones, which you'll probably see in this video later on. But I think that game mode was fun. Like I enjoyed it at times, but again, the small studio limitations of not being a big company, not having the funds to be able to, you know, fully go in and just make the best game ever is kind of what set it back. Is it still a great game? Definitely. Like if you are a football fan and you haven't played anything else other than Madden your whole life, it's gonna be different, but you will have a blast playing defense. Just letting you know. The camera angle. Everybody was, and still to this day, give the devs a whole bunch of BS because of the camera angle. Now, with this camera angle, you're directly behind whoever you're controlling. As you can see right here. The player comes in motion. We control the wide receiver. We're right behind the wide receiver. We can control the lineman, the running back. And as soon as we get the ball, the camera angle shifts directly behind the helmet. So you can't see what's to the left of you, to the right of you, above you, below you. You see directly what's in front of you. The only time you can really see to the left is when you see somebody's shadow coming. A lot of people do not like this, but I think it adds the biggest sense of realism. In football, you have a helmet on, so you cannot look behind you unless you fully turn around. You can't see what's coming to the side of you unless you have a good peripheral vision, right? So this game did a great job, in my opinion. Was it the best camera? No. I'm saying it did a great job with the realism aspect. I do think they should have added another option, for the overhead for the regular Madden users or whatever, but I think they had a great idea with this camera. Did it pan out to be, the best camera ever? No. I do like the idea. I do like the realism with it. I do like, juking one way, I juke another way, and then somebody comes out of nowhere and just booms. You know what I'm saying? That's what made the game chaotic, and that's what made it fun, because you never knew what was going to happen next. Unlike Madden, you could see the whole field. You could see players running from 20 yards back, and it's just like, in real life, I can't see who's running behind me unless I turn around, Developers of Backbreaker had the heart, it had the technology, but it didn't have the time, the money, or the league behind it. This is the beginning of the fall for this game, right? As you know, fans can only do so much. We can only play the game for so long. We can only give what we get. NFL continued to grow through the 2000s, to the 2010s, to the 2020s. The license is what holds games like Madden together. It's not the gameplay. It's not, the career mode, the franchise mode. It's the license that continues to be the catalyst of games like Madden, 2K, NHL. It's the branding. If you sadly do not have the branding or the money behind you, then realizing competing with Madden wasn't foreseeable, they moved to the mobile gaming culture, right? And what this did was put forth their product, which is easily digestible. They put it out there for the mobile gamers as well, especially in a time where games like Temple Run, Fruit Ninja, what's the other game I can't think of? Fruit Ninja, Temple Run, Subway Surfers. Games like that were emerging around that time. And in 2011, it decided to make Backbreaker Vengeance, which was the sequel to Backbreaker. Backbreaker didn't win the war, but it changed the battlefield for all games, not just football. Or not, if you go on TikTok and you are a gamer, and you might scroll and see somebody playing this game with NFL rosters, even though technically you're not supposed to do that. But, it is what it is. It's so many fan remakes of games like this using AI. Modern games like Rocket League and other games that EA develop use modern day physics to help complement the game. And this is why Backbreaker had to fail. Because if every game succeeds, who's going to challenge EA? Who's going to challenge 2K to make another good game? That's why we get the same game every year and people buy for content reasons. Because I'm pretty sure at this point, nobody really just loves EA Sports, 2K Gaming. And those are the only two sports companies I can think of right now, because Rocket League does a great job catering to their fans. An amazing job at that. So the game wasn't perfect, but it was fearless. And sometimes the games that fail teach the industry more than the ones that succeed. If you stay to the very end, shouts out to you. If you want more gaming documentaries, hit subscribe. We are just getting started. This is a conclusion to my very first documentary. Thank you guys. Have a blessed one.